Hello Violas, and welcome to week 2 of playing your instrument. What we're going to do first is we're going to review what we worked on last week. And last week we talked about how to open the case. Do you remember the cardinal rules for opening up your instrument? The first one is to always open it on the floor. Remember that the closer it is to the floor, the shorter the fall. So if it's on the floor, it's not going to fall very far, is it? So we want to make sure we open our case on the floor. Secondly, we want to make sure that we open up our cases flat. So it needs to be flat on the ground, not on the side. Because if we open it up on the side, it can fall down no matter what. So make sure it's opened flat. So take out your instrument, and then we're going to pick it up with our left hand. Remember that even if you're left-handed or right-handed, you're always having your left hand on this long part. Do you remember what this long part is called? I can't hear you. Try it. Alright, this is called the neck. So this is the neck of the instrument. Remember, this is just like a person. We have our head, our neck, and our body. So we're going to have it with our hands around its neck right here. Very good. And we're going to have our thumb along the side here, just like that. Oh, there. Sorry about that. Alright. So we are going to work on our 2 positions that we worked on last week. The first position is the guitar position. So let's work on the resting guitar position, alright? So we're going to take our viola with our left hand, and we're going to put it under our right arm, just like that. And if you want, you can hold on to it with both hands. It might be safer if you did that for right now, but otherwise you're having it holding on to it with your right hand like this. Then in order to play in guitar position, we're going to bring it to the front, and it's going to be the back of the instrument is going to be resting on our belly. So let's have that right up there against our belly. Very good. In order to pick at the guitar or strum, we are going to be having our hand under the C. You see the C right here? See the C? We are going to put our fingers right in here, and that's going to be the perfect spot for us to put our thumb. So our thumb is going to be plucking the strings right over this part right here. We don't want to go in this middle part. That's where the bow goes. This long black part, remember, is called the fingerboard. And so why do they call it a fingerboard? That's where our fingers go. And that is including our thumb. So when we are doing this, which is called a pizzicato in Italian, we are going to be playing it with our fingers under here and our thumb right here. Alright? So let's review our string names. Okay? We are going to be starting off with the C string, which is that thickest one. That's the one that's going to be on top. That's the one closest to you. It goes C, G, D, A. Can you do that with me? I think you could probably do that with me. Let's try it. Alright? So we're just going to pluck just the once. We're going to go C, G, D, A. Say the letters with me and do it again. C, G, D, A. Alright, very good. So, then, before we go on with the strings, let's review that second position that we were working on. Alright, so put your instrument with your left hand on your left leg, put it all the way out, arm's length, and then bring it up to your neck right here. Remember that end button is going to be right in your neck. You're going to kind of become Frankenstein with that end button. This chin rest should be right by your jaw. Should be right here. And you want to be able to swing your arm as well. Okay? And there you have it. We're going to be working and putting a sponge right here, but we're going to do that when I get back. So just to kind of give you an idea about what this is going to feel like and what it's going to look like. Alright? Now let's go back to the guitar position. I had you work on 2 things. First of all, I had you work on the packet, so you want to make sure that we are working on that. And the second thing that I assigned for this week was working on pages 4 and 5 in the book. Let's take out that packet, shall we? And we were working on the song called Ants. So Ants has 5 different letters. E, A, D, G, and C. However, we only have 4 strings. What do? How are we going to fix that? We do not play that top line. We'll work on teaching you how to play that top line in a few weeks or so. But right now, let's just stay with the 4 strings that we have. So, guitar position, our left hand is around the neck, our right hand is in that C, our thumb is right here. And we're going to be starting from the top string, or the highest string I should say, which is on the bottom. Alright, and I'm going to count to 3 twice. Why am I counting to 3? Do you know? I'm counting to 3 because we are playing each letter 3 times. So that means that there's going to be 3 beats in each measure. Alright, so let's try that. Alright, I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then I'm going to just start playing. Okay, here we are. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. A, D, 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 G, 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 C, C, C. How'd you do? Let's try it again. And I want you to be able to say the notes with me. Alright, let's try it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. A, D, 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 G, 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 C, C, C. How did you do? Did your hand stay put? Did you pluck with your thumb? How about your left hand? How's your posture? Are you sitting from the back of the chair? We want to make sure that there's a space in between the chair and you. Alright? Alright, so keep working on that and keep on working on the rest of the songs of that front page. So we have G, D, G, and then there are some patterns below there that you should try out on your own. Alright, so let's look at pages 4 and 5 in your book, so get that out. And while you are doing that, we're going to be mostly working with 2 strings this year. We're going to be working with the D string and the A string, or as I like to call it, the science strings, D and A. So, with these strings, where are the D and A strings? Here's D, and here's A. So A is going to be that skinny, skinny, skinny one, and D is going to be that one right next door to it. Okay? So, let's go ahead and play number 4. So, the D string is the lower of the 2, so it's going to be, if we're counting, it's 1, 2, so second from the bottom. And the A string is on the bottom. Here we are. So let's try it. We might have to do it super slow. Here we are. Oh, and I'm going to count to 4 this time because there are 4 beats per measure. Alright. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. D, D, D. Rest. A, rest. D, D, A, D, D, D. How'd you do? Were you able to switch back and forth fast? Especially for that third measure where you go D, D, A. You can't stop there. You have to keep going, right? Alright, let's try that again. Here we are, and make sure you're saying the letter names. 1, 2, ready, go. D, 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 rest. A, rest. D, D, A, D, D, D. Alright, so work on that, and that's going to give you a taste of all the songs that are on those 2 pages right there for you. So work on those, work on the packets. Don't forget to do the survey that I should have up on the website, and I will see you next Tuesday at 7:55.